Just to let you guys know that today's video review of Epic Proportions is going to be postponed till the weekend, and that goes with the rest of her series because I do not want to build up a conflict of interest, because as of this moment right now, this whole week has been oversaturated with the brand new release of this World of Nintendo series. So having said that, let's put this beautiful action figure away for the time being. She'll get her chance in the spotlight with her other counterparts of this wave. But let's go back to the past. A line that I did review at least one figure, which you're looking at right here. If you don't believe me, take a look yourself. Woo! Well, you preceded my expectations. I don't know what to say. I wasn't expecting much, so there we go. Don't expect much. Moral of the story. Yeah, this line isn't gonna last. I have no doubt in my mind that this line is only gonna be around for maybe a couple of waves and then it's just gonna be dropped. I've seen some really good Darth Vader figures of this scale in the past. This is like horrible. You will notice the Vader's helmet is off. Well, in all honesty, it doesn't really stay on. It's just like really loose. I mean, this is by far worse. Swivel shoulders. Hardly an elbow joint. You can't really call this an elbow joint. There's like no hinge, no rotation or anything like that. You've got like this stupid thing going on here. It doesn't really hold it. So, you know, I don't think there's anything that can be done about this. I mean, that's like, wow, that's horrible. Look at these hands. They don't have any grip to them whatsoever. He really cannot hold this lightsaber. So, it's unfortunate. So, leaving the past in the past, I want to try again with this line because I have read your overall comments to the video and you really believe I did not give this line a fair opportunity because I just did with just one figure, and that's Darth Vader. So, I have gone ahead and made some extra purchases in this line, so I do have quite a few of these figures as it is, and I will review the 3 3/4 inch Black Series figures. So, starting over basically, here is Darth Vader. But before we take a look at Darth Vader again, let's put him aside for the moment. And let's bring in his packaging because as partake of every single video review, I must. And look at that, I don't really have to raise the camera, do I? So, here is the front of the packaging. Not much to talk about. Here's the side of the packaging. Not much to talk about. Here's the other side of the packaging, which not much to talk about. And here's the back of the packaging. And here's a little bio for Darth Vader. If you want to read it, go right ahead. But I'm not going to wait for you. So that's going to do it for the packaging, which it's nice. But it's all about the figures. That's why the Black Series is the way it is. I mean, it's not about the packaging, it's about the figures. So, this figure, overall, what can I really say good about him? Well, I will say this. It is Darth Vader. Okay? There's no doubt about it. All the detail is pretty much there. Not bad for a very small action figure that's not even 4 inches. Not even in comparison with World of Nintendo figures. So this is a pretty small figure. But having said that, I mean, it is obviously the basic line of Star Wars. I mean, they were always 3 3/4 inch scale figures. So there's not really anything to disagree about there. But, you know, outside of the detail, there's not much of a paint job going on here except for maybe, you know, his buttons and all that and the lights. So that's all you're really getting. I mean, the belt nicely painted. I do like the fact that it is crisp and clean paint work. I do like that. At least Hasbro steps up their game in that department for this small action figure. At least for that, I can be appreciative of. I do like the soft goods cape. I like the fact that they're using that for this Black Series line. But, maybe they can make it a little more darker, you know, that way you can't see my fingers from behind it. But, hey, for what it is, and the price point, it's okay. I don't know, I really really cannot judge this line by just Darth Vader, can I? And that's the reason why I failed at this video review last time. So, having said that, let's get to the articulation. That's at least gotta be good on this figure, right? Well, if you remember the Power of the Force collection, or what was after that, then you would come to expect the same amount of articulation. What was it, the Vintage collection? I didn't have that line, my brother did. But anyway, that said, he has a swivel head. There's no up and down movement, no ball joint in other words. He has swivel shoulders, so you're not going to get much play out of them. But at least they do rotate all the way around. He has a swivel joint to the elbow as well. It's not your standard hinge joint, so you're not going to get much play out of that. But, whatever. Wrist rotation, and that does go for both hands, just to show you they're not cutting corners. Waist rotation is kind of tight on my figure, and I do appreciate that. Legs are on a swivel. They go up that much. That's pretty good. They go back all the way, something that even Marvel Legends don't really get. There's no thigh cut, so there's no rotation at the upper portion of the legs. But everything else is down here with a ball jointed knee, so you do get some good play here. You do get a rotation at the upper portion of the knee, and you do get a good 90 degrees bend out of the knee joint. So that's really it for articulation. There's nothing at the bottom, no hinge joint for up and down movement, and no ankle rocker pivot, which I know a lot of people would be disappointed. But hey, for this scale, you gotta let it slide. Having said that, his helmet is also removable, the upper portion, and yes, I am using some of that sticky stuff that I was using for a certain Marvel Legend figure I just previously reviewed, which I'm not going to shout her name. So anyway, that said, here's a nice look at the detail for this headpiece, and I know you see a little bit of that sticky stuff, but hey, just pretend it's not there. So, it's nicely engineered, as you can see. It's some really good sculpting work, and you can see the back of his actual head, which is pretty banged up, which, you know, it should be. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this back on now. And that's one gripe I had against this figure originally, is that his helmet does not stay on at all. It falls off very easily. But with that sticky stuff that I've been using, it holds on pretty secure, so at least that's one problem fixed. Now, having said that, his only accessory he comes with is his lightsaber, which does look good. I like the transparent red plastic that's being used for the beam like all the other lightsabers. And the handle is actually painted pretty good, so I do like that. Having said that, though, he really cannot hold the lightsaber still. That is the one major flaw with this figure, is there's no way for him to hold this lightsaber. But after playing around with him for a little bit, and something I should have done before, he can actually hold it with his left hand. Yeah, and that's in there pretty tight. Something I really should have done in the last video review of this guy, but hey, we all make mistakes and we learn from our past, so you know what, I'm gonna give him a point there. That's actually pretty nice. At least he may not be left-handed, but hey, at least he can hold his lightsaber. It's something I thought he couldn't do at all in the very old video review. So having said that, there's not much else to really talk about, and the way it stands, I gotta say, I really do agree with you guys. I really did not give this action figure a fair look at, but now I have. Has my thoughts changed about him? Not really, no. I mean, it's still one of the worst, if not the weak sauce of this line, but having said that, like I did say before, this line has improved with every single release of every figure of this line. There's more articulation, there's more paint apps, they can actually hold their weapons. They can also hold them with two hands, some of the figures. So, you know, that being said, I'm going to continue to look at this line, but my overall thoughts are pretty much the similar with the original review of this Darth Vader figure. But I will say, finding out some key points that I really should have noticed at first when I reviewed this figure in the past has turned a few things around. So, at least that much you can get out of me. So, I can't really say anything else about this guy, so, you know, can I recommend him? Only if you're a completionist. Having said that, I'm sure there's going to be more Darth Vader figures in the 3 3/4 inch scale somewhere down the line. I guess it all depends on how long this Walmart exclusive is going to go. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'll be there till the very end. So, questions, comments, you know what to do. Leave it down below in the comment section of this video. If you liked the video review, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down button. And if you haven't already, why not hit that subscribe button for more video reviews just like the one you're viewing today from the reviewing station. This is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing off. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.